Hey there, toy collector friends and Doctor Who fans alike. Welcome back to the channel. I'm the Triple TC, that's the time travelling toy collector, and this is the Cybermen Evolution Set 2, manufactured and produced by Eaglemoss and Hero Collector, but picked up and purchased through another online retailer who managed to secure some of their stock when, as by now you absolutely definitely know, that stock was put into the wild due to Eaglemoss going into administration, and very sad it was too. But now we're at a new age where places like Master Replica are picking up the license for Doctor Who stuff, it seems, and are producing items, so I think there's more coming from them in the near future. But this clearly is a bit of a blast from the past. It was one of the sets that were very beautifully put together by Eaglemoss and Hero Collector of some of their standalone figures. So these aren't exclusives, they are standalone figures that have been put together into this box set. A quick tour of the box. So you've got Cybermen, the series, it's Revenge of the Cybermen to Age of Steel. There's some more information on the base of the box there, if you wish to indulge it. You can see, hopefully you can see, some of the Cybermen figures on the side. There's another example, one from Earthshock. It's not choosing not to focus. Let's see why it's doing that. There you go. That might help a little bit. So there's one from Earthshock. This one here is from, I don't know what that is on the side. That's, oh, it looks like blue tack or something. How peculiar. But that is from Revenge of the Cybermen. You can't really read it. It is in some little red writing that makes that nigh on impossible to read, which is unfortunate. The other side presumably gives us more such insights. So we have the top one is from Silver Nemesis, and then we have Age of Steel itself, and it is the Cyber Controller. So there we go. The back shows the 4 Cybermen included against a smoky backdrop, and it tells us a little bit about the Doctors they encountered and the episodes they appeared in. So that's actually really very nice. That's very nice detail on the box. And as it says there, it's the second set of Cybermen, and it's all the way from the Hero Collector and Eaglemoss figurines collection pulled together. And what's very, very nice as well for this set is the fact that they've framed it in such a way that it looks like Cybermen chambers. So when they are asleep or in suspended hibernation, then they tend to be put in chambers that look like that. So it's reminiscent of that. So I think that's absolutely adorable from a boxing point of view. But we're going to get them out of the box, put them on display so we can take a closer look at them. So I'm not going to bore you with a whole let's open the box thing, because it's a box with some polystyrene and plastic and probably the requirements of some unsnipping. So I'm hoping that nothing is damaged, because in the first one that I got, one of the figures was damaged quite substantially and required some significant repair work by my hand. I'm hoping this is not a repeat performance. So far it doesn't look like it, but we shall see. Anyway, without a moment's notice for yourselves, let's get these out of the box and on display. So here we go. We've got the Cybermen out of the box, and actually this is a bit of a Cyber Leader collection, apart from the Cyber Controller who's over there on the right hand side. Before we go through the figures one by one, I would very much appreciate it if you could take this opportunity to just quickly hit that like button for this video. Really helps promote the video. It's a small step for yourself, but a huge help for this video. Similarly, if you feel so inclined, a quick subscription to the channel, completely free, no obligation whatsoever. So many various things you can go and take a look at. But it really helps me get, as a small channel, to my next subscriber milestone. So I personally would really appreciate it. Of course, if you don't feel you can do that, that's absolutely fine. I'm just glad to have you along for this video. And talking of this video, here we have these 4 cyber leaders, or cyber senior management, shall we say. So let's, I've positioned them going through the timeline. So let's kick off over here. Oops, as I smashed myself into the camera. So here we have the cyber leader from Attack of the Cybermen. And I think, again, these figures do everything that I would need them to do to make my point, really, about why I both don't collect or didn't collect the figurine collection, and why I was very clear that the ones I would collect would probably be the monsters, because some of the detailing on the bodies of these are not absolutely fantastic. That said, where they do it well, they do it really, really well. And one of the things that they're not great at is, if you like, the facial features of humanoid characters, which is why Cybermen, I think, generally come out of this quite well, as they don't actually have to have particularly well crafted humanoid features. I think the detailing of this outfit is very reminiscent of its 1970s counterpart. I love the black helmet area, the way that comes down the back there, the pipes around. There's the occasional element of paint inaccuracy or paint bleed potentially, but you know what, I can live with that, because again the scale is so small and these are not expensive overly. You can see it's the cyber leader. There's the official stuff on the bottom of the stand. It is still a felt base, which enables it to be non-stick, because, as I tend to say with all of these figures, they're not built or designed to be toys. They are display pieces. They will not stand up to what I would call robust play, the sort of thing I would do as a child with some of these. So please bear that in mind when if you are seeking them out and buying them. They are not toys in the truest sense. They are display models, but they're close enough for my liking, and I do like, you know, we were being starved of Doctor Who collectibles back in the 70s and 80s. I'm more than happy to pick up some stuff that appeals to me now. Talking of which, here we have the cyber leader from Earthshock, I think it is. We can check because it'll be on the base. Yep, this is the cyber leader from Earthshock. There's the official blurb. And again, from the base upwards, he's got those wonderful moon boots that scream 1980s. The suit is reminiscent, adequately reminiscent. I love the gun strap over there, that cyber gun that also Character Options has reproduced with some of their figures. What's really nice, I'll go in a bit closer so you can hopefully see it, as well as the detailing, the cyber leader unique detailing on the handles for this, and that lovely face sculpt that is so cyber accurate, with the even down to the eyebrows there, the silver eyebrows, and that mouth plate. There's also a translucent bit of plastic, I think it's plastic, that's been inserted into the chest unit above that grille, just to give it that sort of additional level of attempted on-screen accuracy. And I'm really grateful for that. I really like that level of attention of detail. Detailing and the swirls of the pipes, etc., on the suit, very, very good. Not the most flattering of suits, but nevertheless, it is consistent across. You can see the gloves as well. The back of the helmet, where it was, well, frankly, screwed on to the poor old actor's head. So again, love this figure. That's going to pop that back over there. Moving on to Silver Nemesis, the 25th anniversary series, featuring the 7th Doctor. Here's the cyber leader, is determined by the black head handles. Again, similarly, that very all too familiar blank but somewhat threatening cyber face. I don't think the sculpt on this one is quite as good as the cyber leader from Earthshock. There's also there's hardly any space between the sort of ear baffles and the handles, which is a bit disappointing. Again, it does have the chest detailing is very true to form. All of that sort of exosuit detailing is very, very clear. Very, very well done across the piece. There's the little silver booties that the Cybermen of that period wore. Again, the pipes all the way around there. So again, very nice, very nicely done figure. Interesting to note, this is just Cyberman from Silver Nemesis. Doesn't mention it's the Cyber Leader, but we know it must be because of the black handles, because that is a trope of the Cyber Leader costumes. And last but by no means least, we have from the new era of Doctor Who, the first iteration of a cyber controller that we saw in very much the sort of Cybers Industries livery. Now, trigger warning a little bit, the head section of this Cyber Leader, don't go out of focus for me, is translucent. There's a translucent piece of plastic there, but it should be to illustrate, and apologies, well, let's call it the inner workings of the head of the Cyberman, which, as we know, should be the brain, the human brain. And there's an attempt, is what I'll call it, to capture that in that head sculpt there, but it's really just something a bit pinky with some lines drawn on, a bit like when some people are trying to pretend they've got abs, and that's what they do to their stomach. It's a bit like that, which is a bit sort of disappointing, but the effort is made, so, you know, a point for that. There's the Cybers Industries logo. Those are the ports which connected this character to its cyber throne. There again is the very very accurate leg armor and body design. Overall, very accurate to the 10th Doctor era of these Cybermen. There's the panels on the back of the head sculpt is accurate. Really, again, really nice. I don't have any issues particularly with this. I love the coloration of it. There we have Cyber Controller from the Age of Steel. I believe it was Mr. Lumic that got all cybered up. Let's pop him back on there. So there we have the evolution of the Cybermen set 2 from Eaglemoss Hero Collector. Again, this is now only available through the secondary market. The quality is variable, you know, people's mileage does vary from these figures, even from set to set. They're not always consistent, and you see the same thing with the Star Trek Starship collection that they did. I'm yet to be in a position to comment on the fan home, but that's an ongoing drama, so we'll hopefully have an update on that in the near future. But yeah, these almost symbolise all the best elements and all the worst elements of the figurine collection, because where the detailing is really excellent on some of these, and across the piece here, most of them have some really excellent detailing. You also have those lapses of detailing, like, for example, the Silver Nemesis Cyber Leader, who has no space between. I mean, they've managed them on all 3 of the other figures, but on the Silver Nemesis, the 25th anniversary figure, they couldn't do it. It's just a single sculpt, and I don't understand why they wouldn't make that work. I don't understand, and of course they're not around to ask. That said, in the case of the bodies, barring a couple of minor paint issues, which was really over here on the 1970s edition, these are really good figures. These are really good representations of their era and of the Cybermen that they are here to represent. So I'm, again, really pleased that I was able to pick this up. They are still out there. They crop up occasionally, so it's worth checking out online retailers, just occasionally putting in your search engine Evolution of the Cybermen figurine sets, and seeing what's out there. And of course there may be some private sellers looking to make some space and clear the decks for themselves, because, you know, circumstances can change and people need to do that from time to time. Overall, I rate this, you know, I do like this collection. I'm not big on the overall figurine collection, but I do like, as with the Daleks, in the majority of cases, I do like how they tackle the Cybermen. So yes, I am very here for the Cybermen. Do they float your boat? I'd love to know what you think in the comments down below. Which one's your favourite? Have you, in terms of what may come in the future, with not Fan Home, sorry, definitely not Fan Home, with the likes of Master Replica. Is there anything that you're particularly keen on seeing in the Cyber line that we haven't already had? Do let me know. Something I'm particularly keen to see, but it isn't from Master Replicas, it's from Character Options, is some of the last iterations of Cybermen that we had from the 13th Doctor's era. The era itself may be divisive, but there were some quite distinct cyber designs, and I would like to see those joining the ranks of the rest of the Cybermen action figures that were produced and released by Character Options. So that's a personal side gripe from me. So Character Options, if you're watching this video, please give us the Cyber Masters and the Cyber Warriors from the 13th Doctor era. That's my plea out of the way. Folks, thank you so very much for staying with me for the last 15 or so minutes. It's been an absolute joy having you here. Again, if you can like the video, that's great. If you can drop an absolutely free subscription to the video, that's great too. But don't worry if you can't. Hopefully you'll take a look around if you're new here and see something else that takes your fancy in one of the playlists, whether you're interested in Doctor Who, Space 1999, Thunderbirds, Star Trek, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Star Wars, other Doctor Who stuff. Who knows what you might find. And I very much look forward to seeing you in a future, or indeed a past, video. In the meantime, thanks again for sticking with me, and it just remains for me to say that things of beauty really are toys forever. Take care. Bye-bye for now.